So I recently went and did a Prenuvo scan, which is a full body MRI scan, and Kim Kardashian actually just did the exact same scan a couple of days ago. I just noticed on her Instagram, and this is something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. Essentially, it's a full body MRI scan. You can pay about $2,500 to get the full body scan. They do have other options as well. And basically, it'll detect up to 500 different diseases and cancers. And not only that, it'll potentially detect precancerous issues or even stage 1, which is obviously really incredible. And it's more of a preventative thing, but I want to share with you my overall experience and walk you through really exactly how it went. I actually ended up traveling to get this scan done. I ended up getting a discount. I'll share all of that with you, and I'll even share my shocking results with you at the end of the video. So I'm here taking a look at the Prenuvo website, and as you can tell, they talk a lot about like the future of your health, right? And one of the biggest things that they talk about, and you can obviously read here, is that, Prenuvo turns healthcare upside down. Rather than waiting for symptoms to present and disease to progress, Prenuvo provides that early insight into what is actually going on, right? Which is one of the reasons, obviously, that I went out of my way to do Prenuvo. Wasn't necessarily that I had any symptoms of anything. It was more because, I wanted to do that preventative and, really see what was going on in my body, right? Which is clearly why, Kim Kardashian did it and a lot of other people are doing it. And obviously, Prenuvo is extremely, extremely popular right now. So, we can kind of look around here on their website. They don't have a ton of locations right now, which is why we had to fly from Phoenix to Silicon Valley to Redwood City. There are 12 locations coming soon. And 8 current locations. So we can tell right now we have Boca Raton, Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, New York, Silicon Valley, Vancouver, Canada, Atlanta, Georgia. And then obviously we have a bunch coming soon. So there actually is one coming in 2024 to Phoenix, but I didn't want to wait. I wanted to go ahead and do the Prenuvo scan, and they give you that $400 discount, obviously, for traveling. So, that pretty much pays, for the ticket, assuming you're not having to get a hotel or anything. I flew in, obviously, early in the morning and left, late at night, okay? So let's just go ahead and, show you kind of everything, break it all down for you, and I'll share everything with you. What are we about to go do?
We're about to do a Prenuvo MRI.
Prenuvo MRI? What's a Prenuvo MRI?
It basically scans from the head of our, from our head to our toes.
From the head of our toes?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm so tired. Basically, it'll tell you if you have like up to 500 different, things that could be, preventative measures that you're essentially taking to make sure that you're healthy, because health is wealth. Health is wealth.
And we just got past security. We're trying to decide if we should get Starbucks.
Right, because we can only have something either right now or like the moment that we land. We're not supposed to technically eat until like within a 4-hour window. I
would love to go get a coffee. I don't know that I'm going to. So I have the scan before she does. So I don't know. I'll have to play it by ear. I might go get a sweatshirt though. That's what I might do. It's supposed to be cold.
I know. I'm surprised you didn't even pack one.
Yeah, I was going to, and then I forgot last minute. Moja doesn't like being on camera. The reality of it is, right, she doesn't like holding a camera in public.
This is so odd to me.
Drop a comment down below. Can you hold a camera in public and just walk right by people? I'd love to know.
It says we're here.
So we've got booties. We've got the little Prenuvo. And pretty big changing room. Got some lockers. And a little mirror right here. Let's go ahead and get changed. We've got Moja filming. She doesn't know how to use a camera, okay? So.
Yes, I do.
This is not going to make it into the Prenuvo video.
It looks like you're wearing parachute pants.
Get jacked, Eddie, man. Okay. Here's the fit.
Right.
You gotta love it. Okay, I'm officially wearing the outfit, and we got a cool little outfit here. We got a bunch of snacks right here. Can't eat any of them okay? My stomach is growling, so you cannot eat 4 hours prior, okay? So we obviously flew in, and we flew in from Phoenix, we flew into San Francisco, we went to the mall. That was a terrible experience, we'll talk about it later. We are here now, still can't eat. We're fired up though, and we're about to go in.
Are you nervous?
No. Leave.
Yeah, but just make sure we don't get anything on the computers.
Okay.
Sure.
All of that is patient confidential.
Yep, of course. So how are you today? Good?
Good.
Didn't go in there?
Not yet.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like we have a whole conversation that we have.
Cool.
Right up to the table, and that's about all you can get.
Yeah, it's a really cool machine.
Come on.
Okay, so the first thing that kind of stood out to me was looking at your ears. I just kind of wanted to see how you were feeling, if there was any right ear pain or pressure.
Not really at all. No, I don't have any pain or pressure in my ears.
The next is looking at the vocal folds in your throat. Any types of difficulty swallowing, anything like that going on?
No, not that I'm aware of. No, I haven't. I mean, I definitely haven't noticed anything.
Well, I guess my first question is there any back pain? I didn't see it noted, but how are you feeling?
No, no back pain.
Then looking at the joints in that musculoskeletal section, so in the shoulder, we've got these little bone cysts. A cyst is just it's a benign fluid.
When I go to the gym, sometimes like I am cognizant of my shoulder. Like if I like bench press or whatever, then I'll I'll definitely stretch out before I do that. But I mean, no range of motion at all or anything like that.
And then with the knees, these joint effusions. So checking in on those knees. Any current problems with those knees, with those joints?
Yeah, I do. I have very bad knees. I've had 2 knee surgeries, and I've dislocated my knees about 50 times.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but again, just kind of all for your information if you have to have a look on these in the future.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the one thing going into it that I knew. I was pretty aware of my bad knees. My main thing was just like obviously making sure that there wasn't anything like really major. Which doesn't sound like there really is. Obviously, just wanted to kind of start out with doing kind of a full body scan to see kind of where I'm at, and then obviously go from there.
The radiologist recommended a follow-up in a year, which is just kind of the typical follow-up window at Prenuvo. You can come back sooner, but they're just saying they don't think there would be anything new.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, and I really appreciate you giving me a call, and thank God there's nothing super major.
Absolutely. All right, my friend. Well, yeah, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you in about a year, okay?
Thank you so much, and you have a good rest of your day. Prenuvo provides kind of that early insight into what is actually going on under the skin, okay? Which is really why I did it. I did it for preventative. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years now, and haven't really taken the best care of myself. And I really wanted to know, what was really going on with my body at the end of the day. Not going to the doctor maybe as, routinely as I probably should have over the last decade, okay? So there's actually different things that they can do, okay? So I'll kind of show you that really quick. I ended up doing the full body scan. They can do the torso scan, okay? So I'll show you that. And the scan time is about 20 minutes, and you can see right on the website, what all that entails. It's obviously basically from like the neck to the middle of, kind of your legs. Not your head, obviously, not your actual legs or anything like that. And that torso scan will run about $999, okay? Now, I ended up doing the full body scan. I'll show you the other option that they have. They do have a head and torso scan option, and we can kind of see, everything that it offers, okay? So, solid organs of the chest, right? Abdomen, pelvis, solid tumors, all these different things, right? You can obviously read all of the things that they offer, and then I'll show you the full body scan. That is obviously what myself and my fiance ended up getting, which we're gonna share the entire experience here with you in just a minute, and we'll share the back end of everything here in a little while of what our actual kind of results look like. They have a really cool way of kind of presenting that to you, and we'll show that to you here in just a minute. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you would smash the like button. Also, if you're brand new to my channel, it would mean the world to me. It'll definitely help the video reach more people. And also consider subscribing. We make a lot of content around business and finance and real estate. Okay, so we're here now checking out our results. So you'll actually get login credentials and you'll be able to go to the top right corner. You'll be able to click user dashboard and you'll actually be able to see all of your results, okay, which is really cool. It'll show you the date of your scan, and if you've had multiple scans, then they would all show up in there. They do actually recommend when they call you to get a scan every 1 to 2 years, which if you really do the math is actually probably not a bad idea. You know, I ended up paying about $2,100. And if I do the math on that, like let's just say I did it every year and I just paid cash out of pocket, you know, 2,100 divided by 12 is about $175 a month, you know, to get that scan, obviously. At any given time, you would know if there was anything wrong. You could take it, send it to your doctor, your primary care. I believe they'll actually send it to your primary care for you, which is really cool. And you can obviously see all of your images and everything. So the way they kind of break it down is your nervous system, your respiratory system, your circulatory, endocrine, urinary, reproductive, digestive, and musculoskeletal, okay? And they'll tell you essentially if you have a minor finding, no finding, like an informational finding as we can see here, or a moderate finding, and then I'm sure there's probably also a severe finding. I do believe that they claim on their website that they only find severe findings in roughly 5% of the people that they scan. Again, do your own research on that. I didn't have any severe findings, which I was extremely obviously happy about, very grateful to not have any severe findings, but we can actually go into any particular part of the body and it'll actually give us a breakdown of the different findings, okay, which is actually really cool in my opinion. And it'll show you, like, you have all these check marks next to each thing that they scanned that checked out good, right, which is like really cool. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. I actually, in 28 years of being on planet Earth, I've never really looked at every part of my body the way that I have after getting the Prenuvo scan. I mean, you could literally go one by one, and you could click on them and really see, you know, what is obviously going on. So I'm not going to try to pronounce that thing right there, okay? It's something to do with my spine. She told me about it a bit on the phone. They'll call you, obviously, as I showed you, they'll call you and they'll break it all down for you. But you can also look right here, right? It'll show you, you know, what is obviously going on. You can click to expand and it'll kind of elaborate on everything you have going on. So for each finding, you can click on it, you can get more information. You know, you can kind of see what it is all about. And then you can also go over here for literally every finding of the entire body, and you can see what is the cause, what are the symptoms, how is it treated, how common is it, and I could like literally click on it and it'll break it down, you know, exactly what the cause is, what the symptoms are, and everything like that, which is really, really, really cool in my opinion. So definitely, you know, something to consider, right? So I'll just go here and show you a little bit more really quick. You know, we can click on like sinuses, you know, for example. It'll kind of show me a picture or a quick video of, you know, what that looks like. And then again, it'll show me everything that checked out with a green check mark where I'm good. And it'll show me, you know, exactly what these findings are. Again, I can click to expand, and there's an actual image of that finding, okay? So that right there is an actual image of that particular finding, which is really, really cool. So I can see that image right there. And again, obviously I can see, you know, what causes that, what the symptoms are, you know, how it's obviously treated, how common it is, and everything like that, which is really, really, really cool, okay? So I'm gonna go back to the dashboard here, and I'm actually gonna go to my images, okay? So you can actually go to your images, and you can see all of your images, okay? So there's all these different images that I can actually see. And again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at here. However, I know that if I were to send these images to my doctor, they would have a very good understanding of what is actually going on in my body. And I'm sure if there was anything major, obviously, as you can tell here, I can click to expand the image. If my doctor looked at that and there was anything wrong, a particular finding that we were looking at, they would obviously be able to recommend, hey, we need to look into that more. We need to do another scan of that particular part of your body or whatever. I don't know. But what I do know is that obviously this is really, really cool, and I've never seen anything like it, okay? So had a phenomenal experience. Now, in just a second, I'm going to sit down with my fiance and we're going to talk about it a bit more, kind of the entire experience as a whole. And she's going to share with you exactly, how we even heard about Prenuvo and everything like that. So I'm sitting here with my fiance, and we both did the Prenuvo together, as you saw, obviously. And we both actually got the call. So you got the call a couple days ago. So the doctor, or is it the radiologist who actually gives us a call?
No, it was the nurse practitioner.
Nurse practitioner. Yeah. Okay. So you got your call a couple days ago. I just got my call. What was it because you're the one that told me about Prenuvo.
Yes.
What was it that you wanted to kind of find out, and how did you hear about Prenuvo?
Well, because I'm a hypochondriac. I think I have health anxiety. Yeah. And also because my dad had recently been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And so that gave me more anxiety about all of this. And so I read an article about Maria Menounos, and she had done this because there's no radiation. And she was pregnant at the time. And she found that she had a mass on her pancreas, and it was cancer. And so because of this early detection, they were able to get it. And she ended up having her baby successfully and everything was great. But had she not, she would have probably been in a lot of trouble, So I just figured it'd be good for precaution wise. I mean, you have ran your body through the ringer.
Yeah.
And I just have terrible health anxiety.
Yeah.
And so it was just let's go do this thing and just put our minds at ease. And we're not dying.
No, we're not. We're both actually very healthy. Your nurse actually told you that every so often she actually does have to give somebody bad news.
Yeah.
And she was telling you rest assured,
right.
There's really no bad news to give you, right?
And thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I asked, I'm how many people do actually do this and get terrible news? And she said out of the ones that she does, which she works part-time, she gives at least 2 people bad news every single month, which is so sad, but also pretty amazing that this is even something that you can do, because you can't just go to your doctor's office and ask for an MRI. They won't give it to you. You have to have reasons of why you need it, which isn't obviously preventative. If you're feeling sick and you have to get an MRI, obviously, then it's
And they're probably not doing a full body scan, right?
Most of the time they'll just do your head, or if you feel something in your chest or something, they'll just do those certain parts and not your whole body. So it is really cool.
Yeah, super cool. We just saw Kim Kardashian obviously did it.
Yeah, she just posted about it.
And she just happened to do it after we did it, right?
Yeah, and she's this isn't an ad. She's a lot of my friends have done this and they've had their lives saved. It's really wild because our report, we found some stuff out.
For sure. And I have bad knees, and they pointed that out, right? I have a couple little things in my shoulders, which obviously I've been working out, off and on throughout my life. And then just a couple of different odds and ends that I think for the most part I was already aware of, but there was definitely a couple things that I might run by my primary care and but obviously it was all minor. Yes. But I really love the idea. Now we obviously traveled from Phoenix to San Francisco. Then we took an Uber into Silicon Valley, Redwood City, I believe.
Yep.
We got that discount for doing that. So, for anybody watching, you can get a discount if you travel, if they don't have an office in your area. Is there anything else that you kind of learned? Obviously, you mentioned a minute ago that I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. If you're watching, I'm an entrepreneur. If you follow my YouTube channel, I run a couple of companies. And in building the companies, I've neglected my health for a period of time, or not neglected, but I mean, I haven't gone to the doctor and done the regular maintenance that you would probably do.
Right.
And so for me, to your point of being a hypochondriac, I guess I just wanted that clarity.
Right.
You hear a lot of people though that they, there's mixed reviews of do you want to know or do you not want to know? Right. And there's a lot of people that are oh, I don't want to know. And it's wouldn't you rather know?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I'm glad that we went and did it. I only say I'm a hypochondriac because I was feeling sick for many years and I couldn't figure out what it was. My heart would pound out of my chest, and come to find out, a lot of those symptoms were the fact that I had an autoimmune disease, and it was undiagnosed for like several years. They kept telling me that I just had terrible anxiety, trying to prescribe me Xanax, which wasn't the case. Like, I never took the medicine because I knew, like, you know your body. So I knew something's not right. Finally, a doctor really went and did a thorough analysis and said, hey, you have an autoimmune disease, which, like, I ended up having to have surgery to remove my thyroid completely, and now I'm on medication for the rest of my life. So that has kind of like spun me into this rabbit hole of like, I really want to get to the bottom of it, and I can't always trust the first or second doctor if I know something's wrong. So, you know, with that being said, I think anybody that has the means to be able to go do it, you know, $2,500 in the grand scheme of things is like what? You know, save a couple $100 a month and go put your health first and really check it out, because a lot of people are being diagnosed with, like, unfortunately, cancer at really early ages. With just like all the things that are in our foods and in whatever it could be, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you want to know. Now we know that we went and did this and we have like some minor things, but it's like all the world's like, you know, it makes you feel so great. You're like, let me go and take really great help, you know, take care of my body.
Sure.
Because I have a great body. This is my only body, and I have to do everything I can to take care of it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
and you could take that report back to your primary care. Yeah. Now you could show it to your primary care, say, hey, here's what we're working with, right?
Yeah, they'll even send it to your primary care doctor,
which is cool. Really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you can do this every single year if you want to. And every time you'll get a discount. Yep. You know, you'll get a discount. There's promo codes that you can use on social media. Yep. There's also like a travel discount if you travel to another state, because a lot of states don't have, you know, the Prenuvo business, you know, established there, which there's a ton that are upcoming, branches that are opening, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm a huge advocate for it. I think it's really cool. And I actually went and watched some stuff like on social media, and tons of people were like, I went and did it, and I found out that I have, you know, early onset cancer cells, and if I wouldn't have done it, you wouldn't have known maybe till stage 3 or whatever, which is what happened with my dad. You know, my dad was like, just, you know, his stomach was hurting, scheduled a colonoscopy. They didn't give him the appointment for 2 or 3 months. 3 months passes and he had stage 4 colon cancer. You know, so yeah, sometimes your doctor doesn't put you like right at the top of the line to go do, you know, whatever, and just says, hey, it's okay, like, you'll be fine. You know, we'll get to it in a couple months. Yeah. So, really wild. You know, the healthcare industry, obviously it's an entirely different conversation, but really wild. You know, I'm really grateful that we did it, obviously. You know, they have, like, when you're in the full body scan is about an hour. You know, when you're in there, you can literally watch like TV. Like, they put like a thing on your face, and it has like a mirror, and there's like a big TV, so you can watch like Netflix. So you can watch. You can listen to Spotify, whatever you want, any show you want, which is really cool. Obviously, I watched something that gave me anxiety. I shouldn't have done that. I watched like a friggin' war movie or something. You watched SWAT. I definitely shouldn't have done that. I fell asleep. Yeah, I don't know how you did that. I was a little, you know, if you're claustrophobic at all, definitely talk to Prenuvo. You know, you're in there for a little while. But other than that, I mean, you know, it was a really great overall experience. Everybody was really friendly. So nice. They give you, you know, I mean, just the whole thing was really good, right? Yeah. And we were in and we were out of there. Everybody was really nice, and I would recommend it, honestly, to anybody. 100%. Yeah. Same here. I actually would totally be down to do it again a year from now, you know? For sure. And then just keep that as like one of my routines. Yeah, so. I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here, obviously. Hey, really quick, if you're watching and you don't subscribe, you just happen to land on the Prenuvo video, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. We make a lot of really cool content, so definitely consider doing that. Smash the like button if you got any value, and drop a comment down below if you've done Prenuvo. Or if you're thinking about doing Prenuvo, would love to have a conversation with you. Again, in no way, shape, or form are we, you know, affiliated with them at all. We literally just, like, obviously found out about them and reached out to them, did the scan, and we wanted to make a video about it. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.